Hi, this is Coach McKee. I'm here with Coach Brian Pitts, South Dakota's Director of Coaching. And I wanted to have a little personality interview with Coach Pitts to kind of let you know a little bit about where he comes from and what he's got going on. So, Coach, welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
And I'd like to know a little bit about your soccer background as a player, coach, etc.
Okay. I grew up here in Rapid City, playing out at Ellsworth Air Force Base, and I played through the youth leagues there. I was a member of the Rushmore Soccer Club in the year of inception, and I was a U14 player, and played in the RSOSL and the Rushmore Soccer Club. And then I was hanging around, oddly enough, working in a very similar restaurant, Casa Del Rey. And they started the college program, and I started playing college at the local university and got my undergraduate and graduate degrees there. That's kind of my path thus far.
You guys played some pretty interesting players during your college career from Brazil and other parts of the world. What was that like?
Amazing. I mean, we still talk today. I actually have, I'm doing some work with one of them right now, translating his soccer website to English. So it's amazing. They all bring different styles. They all bring different attitudes. Brazilians like to do it in the attacking third. The Germans like to manage the midfield. But they really were impressed with the Americans and how physical we took the game. And, I think the game wasn't as evolved here 10, 15 years ago, to where we had to use some of our physical prowess to kind of compensate for their knowledge.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So, you've become then Director of Coaching for the South Dakota Soccer Association.
Yeah,
what are some of the things that you do there?
I served as Director of Coaching. I guess it's almost 4 years. It seems odd. It's been that long. But some of the things that I do, I manage the staff. It's grown to 16 people now, so that's rather large. We set up youth modules, B courses, D courses. We have an E in Belfast this weekend. We have a D in Rapid City in April and May. There's both weekends, one weekend in April, one weekend in May. So we set up those kind of things. We go in and we work with boards. We help, hand out just knowledge that maybe we get from the national office. We share our perspective on how to grow soccer in the smaller communities, how they can make their small numbers work by working with other communities, or maybe playing with some larger age groups, maybe having a U6 through U9 and a U8, and then having a U9 through U12, and playing them in that fashion so that they have a little more numbers. I don't think that's going to hurt the players too much. It just gives them a few more opportunities to play. Kind of more playground-ish.
Yeah. Well, I know since you've come on board too, there's been a much bigger push toward coach education. A couple of weeks ago, I was in Sioux Falls with my ODP team, and we had a course going on there, and there are 25 people there. And how to become better coaches.
That's great, and that's really our main goal, is that if we can share some of the knowledge and the basic stuff about the game, how to dribble, how to pass, and we can get more coaches involved. That's how we're going to reach the players. We're not going to reach me. I have a limited span of how far I can reach. But with the help of all these other coaches and their willingness to come in and just let us share our knowledge with them, we can get a lot further. So
I'm
glad to hear that.
Teach the teacher.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. We've seen you around a lot. You've been really heavily involved in resurrecting, I guess, for lack of a better term, our Olympic development program. And, seeing you heavily involved in that and recruiting coaches, players, administrators. So how's that thing
like yourself? It's been an interesting challenge, but we've come a long way. We started meeting a year ago at this time. Troy Anderson, Booker Beaumont, Noel Schrader, and myself. And Troy and Noel both went to camp last year. And when they went to camp last year, they spent some time there, got an idea of what the camp was all about. They brought back their knowledge. And then we started the program. And like you said, I recruited about 14 to 15 different coaches and coaches and assistants. We've been all over the state recruiting players. We're still out there trying to find the best talent. And then we've also got administrators on board for each team that are doing a wonderful job of helping us. And it's been a huge challenge, but it's worth it because we have a couple diamonds in the rough that need that opportunity. So I think it's great.
Well, I know as a coach over the years, you saw several players get in that regional team. That's really rewarding, but really I think from my perspective, there's nothing more rewarding than taking a bunch of players down there and giving them that experience, because you can't get it anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, in many ways it's humbling for our players because there's so much talent out there in terms of the soccer world. But like I said, we have a couple players that like that challenge, that are still developing, and then go to places like that, see what those kids are doing, and they say, I can do that.
Yep.
And they bring it back and make it part of who they are. And it's not about, to me, it's not about making the full team at camp or making the region team. It's about the experience and getting exposure so you know what it takes to compete when you go into a college environment.
Yeah. So you're exactly right. And, you know, I've heard from people along the way that South Dakota players don't have a very good chance of making the pool. But, you know, that's true of every state.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have 14, I guess, state associations in our region, and they pick 32 guys.
Yeah.
So, you know, almost every state doesn't have very many players at all in the pool, but the bigger part is the experience.
Yeah, and you know, I like to say thanks to you for all that you do. I know you're working hard with those younger age groups, and that's really, I think, where we need to work. I mean, the older kids are going to get a good experience, but we've got to work with the youngest age groups. We really got to define and help them define what technical skill means,
Yeah.
and how they can be technical, because they're not really where they are. And this is, for me, it's a good opportunity for them to get in front of some of the best coaches we have in South Dakota and see what good coaching can bring out of a player. And I've already heard some of the compliments that have come out for you and the other coaches that are involved. I mean, Charlie Lamb's having a great experience with the 95 girls. I know Coach Burkhalter is glad that he is doing great with the 94 girls. So, I mean, the list goes on, and, you know, the boys are going to have a much better opportunity than they've ever had in terms of getting in pool and having a good fit because of the academy program that U.S. Soccer started. There's nothing wrong with the academy program. They made a decision, but it's opened up some doors for others that wouldn't necessarily make it in the pool.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
You know, and the thing that I've noticed all along is that we have great athletes, and we can run as fast as them. We're taller and faster and stronger, but we don't have soccer brains, and we have to kind of get to where soccer is part of our culture.
Yeah.
And South Dakota, just like the U.S. was behind the rest of the world, we're behind the rest of the United States. But we're getting there.
Yeah.
It's baby steps, and what a great challenge for someone like me just, you know, getting into trying to help and give back to the game you love. I find it a great challenge.
Well, I think you're investing your resources in the right place, the teaching the teacher. And we keep seeing ourselves reeling them in. We're reeling them in.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. If you're a coach out there right now and you want to get better at teaching your players the game of soccer, what kind of advice do you have for that coach?
Well, I think it's a great question. I think a couple of things. I think you need to go out and you need to spend time watching the games. We've got a lot of college programs, primarily in the eastern part of our state, but watch the college game. Watch the MLS games, and when you do that, don't watch the game for the skill. Watch it for how the players move. Soccer is the ultimate chess match. It's how we move players around the field to our advantage, or how we stack them behind the ball to protect our goal from their attacks. And that's really where the meat and potatoes of soccer is how do we do that? The skill gives us opportunity to get out of trouble and to attack creatively, but how we position players and move it is how we do it. So get in with other coaches, more experienced coaches, take an assistant role position with them, get involved in our high school league, what a great program that is, and that's probably one of our top levels right now. And just get some more coaching education. There's the E, there's the D, there's the National Soccer Coaches Association of America. There's all kinds of information online. And once again, you can always reach me. My information is on the South Dakota State website, and I'd be happy to help you and help guide people. And for those of you who want to play the game and have kind of stepped away, step back. It's really, really fun. It's enlightening, and you'll find that it's where you really want to be.
All right. Well, Coach, I'm absolutely positive we're going to have you on here more. So thanks very much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Go USA.
Take care, baby.
All right.